You're from Fremont, Nebraska?
Uh-huh.
You know I used to live in Nebraska?
Yeah.
Yeah, I lived in Norfolk, Nebraska. You know where that is?
No.
Oh.
Norfolk has had such a long history with Johnny Carson. You know, during his performing years after he passed away, there's been such a bond there.
For me, it's kind of, oh, you're from Norfolk, Nebraska? Yeah. What's that all about? And I'm like, it's the home of Johnny Carson.
As editor of the newspaper here, I decided to write an editorial suggesting that perhaps it was time to create a Johnny Carson Comedy Festival.
And they said, we'd like you to possibly work on this festival. It's in tribute to Johnny Carson. Well, when I saw Johnny Carson, send, yes, 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 send, click, call me.
We're full, look at this, we're full. We have every seat's taken in the theater. How beautiful is that?
The impetus for the festival is to pay tribute to Johnny Carson's legacy and honor that so that people remember that.
Johnny was the guy who said, stand-up comedy is an art, and I'm going to make it important. So all of us owe that debt of gratitude to him.
What we've done is we've brought 20 of the best comics in America. These are not amateurs, these are people just on the cusp of amazing things for their career.
It's easy to book the best comedians in the world because they're easy to find their agents, and if you have money, you can book them. The hard part is to find someone who's developing, who has a spark, and you can find them when they're young, and then take them to the next level. And that's what we're kind of doing here.
People tell me I look like a white Chris Rock. Do you think that's true? Or the illegitimate son of Jerry and Elaine. That's the other option that it could be.
I gotta tell you, my kids were so bad in Walmart today, I actually pulled a fly swatter off the shelf and I spanked them. And just as the fly swatter hit their butts, I thought, I don't have kids.
I went to a funeral the other day. This guy had died in a parachuting accident. His parachute didn't open. And during the eulogy, the guy said, we're all gonna miss Charlie, but at least we know he died doing what he loved. I don't know. I think there's a very good chance that Charlie did what he loved till about a minute before he died.
Each comedian has a host family that's willing to take them around and bring them to dinner and bring them to the shows. I mean, there's no comedy festival in the world that has that kind of relationship with its community.
The way the whole town comes out and it's like a big deal, and I mean, it really felt like they were a part of the whole competition.
It's not every community that has an opportunity to do a festival that gets this kind of recognition for your community. Because of that connection to Johnny Carson and the way the festival is attracting the kinds of names that at one point we would have never thought possible.
People went to bed at night with Johnny in their house. That's a huge thing, you know? I'll watch Carson till I fall asleep, or I'll watch Carson till it's over, or I'll watch the comedian and then I'll go to bed. I heard it my whole life. We all did it.
I got plenty of young kids. Louis, come out here and take another bow.
I could go on and list maybe a couple hundred solid, great comedians that Johnny was responsible for introducing to the world. And so when I got to go on there, I couldn't believe that I was now a part of that.
Nowadays, there's Letterman, Leno, Conan, Kimmel, Fallon, everyone, and internet, and so much. So you don't have the whole world watching you at once. Like, everyone watched Johnny Carson.
I remember sneaking out from bed, peeking around the corner while my parents were watching The Tonight Show so I could stay up and watch it.
You know, I grew up in Norfolk, Nebraska, and I got a letter the other day. Guy says, you've been pronouncing it wrong all these years? And I grew up there. I've been saying Norfolk, like Norfolk, Virginia, but it's Norfolk, because it was named after the North Fork River.
I've learned so much on this show.
The reason I put that in, some people might be dialing around and think they're watching PBS. And they'll say, hey, there's an intelligent
That
show.
was the guy, that was the person, and he loved this town. He loved it here. And you knew he was from here. And you knew, about Nebraska, not just because it's a unicameral system. But because of Johnny Carson.
I wish I would have known how smart he was when I was younger. That's my true regret, is I wish I could have leaned over to him and said, man, You really did a lot of stuff for people.
Second place, Karen Rontowski. And the winner, Mr. Ryan Hamilton.
When people talk about the legacy of Johnny Carson, they also talk about how gracious he was to comedians, and so it's to be here and to be part of that is, in terms of just like comedy, it feels really good, you know, and to be reminded of that here in this community all the time, it's great.